This podcast is an independent, fan-produced show and is not affiliated with, sponsored by, or endorsed by WWE, AEW, TNA, or any other wrestling promotion. All opinions, discussions, and content shared on this podcast are intended for entertainment purposes only. Any names, logos, trademarks, or copyrighted material referenced are property of the respective owners. We cover wrestling news, rumors, reviews, and personal opinions. And while we aim to be informative and fun, our takes are strictly our own. Listener discretion is advised. Enjoy the show.
You got me with this one. I ain't even gonna
Paul. Roman could not do this thing without Paul.
Yes, he could.
Edge, Daniel Bryan, somebody. And then I never needed any of you. And I just proved it. Hey yo, what's up? What's good, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Kayfabe Corner with your host, Stajile Baka. And of course, I do not do these episodes alone. I am with hashtag hashtag Razmataz. Emphasis on that. You know.
Hashtag
passenger no more. Somebody drove themselves to the gig today.
Hey, bro.
What up? It's the Don.
What's up?
Don Sir.
What's up?
What up, G?
What up, bro?
How you feeling?
I'm chilling.
Are you ready to pod? But are you
favorite day of the month?
Are you ready? Hey, Munna, tell me about it, bro. Are you ready to pod in a sensible manner? Because there's a strike outside, and I know how you get.
I'll try.
So, are you ready to be centered and logical and actually engage? And not, and not listen to respond, but listen
rather to understand.
Nah,
man, I think I have that thing, you know.
Okay.
Striking open nerves.
We are off to a bad start already. It's fine. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let us do a quick room temperature check and see how the gentlemen are doing in the room. Behind the camera today, we have the one and only Tamsi. What up, Tamsi?
Amidu.
Yes, sir. Back there, we got the Black Zico. What up, Black? Yeah. On the soundboards, we have the legendary PDK Beats. PDK Makasete. What it do, PD? Bolaya san. And after 149 episodes.
Dog, where you been, bro? Where you been, Oli?
And 62 TikTok lives. With 18 Spotify recordings. New lights and new microphones and all.
Bro.
We got Ole. What up, Ole? How you feeling, brother? Yazerski. It's good to have the team. He's been around. He's here now. We're happy to have him here. Shout out to Ole. Let's give him one more. Ole. Ladies and gentlemen, Matiza couldn't join us today. We see you, Miss T, doing your thing. Yodi couldn't make it with us today. Yeah. We see you, Yodi, on the other end of the camera. We love you, sis. We see you, KM Studios, Matiza out there in Joburg doing your thing. We love you, brother. Don Charlie.
Hi,
Charlie. We see you, Charlie. And yeah, man, the gentlemen seem to be doing okay. You seem to be doing okay.
Are you good, bro?
I am very well. Thank you for asking. I cannot complain in the slightest bit. Last episode we did not draft an episode.
Yeah.
Last episode we did not have this situation.
I think we're gonna have more of those, eh?
If anything, I think this episode we're just going. These are just key points.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to. We should go all over the place and just talk.
Alright, let's
talk. Ibile PDK said while we were talking off air, he was like, "Why don't you just start the episode fire and just go?"
Yeah, I think people have become accustomed to our intro.
Facts.
Facts. So intro now has to be like that. So Yeah, we're not like other networks or other podcasts.
Hey, no shade. Me no want no beef. Me no want no beef. We were talking about Backlash, man.
I almost said something.
Me no want no beef. Me want sponsorship money. Me no want no beef. Look, man, let's talk about Backlash, brother.
Yeah,
let's talk about Backlash.
Let's talk about Backlash.
We were talking about Backlash. It's not called WrestleMania Backlash anymore. It's called Backlash.
It's called Backlash.
Before we talk about Backlash, man, it's important to speak about the WWE releases.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Strowman is gone again. Did you see that?
No, I
You
was
didn't
not
peep that?
aware, bro. Like, I didn't peep that.
Braun Strowman is gone again. Cora Jade is gone from NXT. A couple other people are gone, but like the marquee people are Braun Strowman. And then we have Liv Morgan going to shoot a movie. She's going to be absent for a little while.
Was she not supposed to be gone for like 2 weeks?
I don't know how long she's supposed to be gone, but she's gone. But the main one is Braun Strowman. And I wanted to come in and ask you, right? Like I say, every time we have these termination talks, we are not advocating for anybody to lose their jobs.
Yes.
And refer to the tag, please. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Hey, they've been coming for you in the comment section.
They've been going crazy in the comments. This is for entertainment purposes only. We're not advocating for anybody to lose their jobs. But in terms of terminations, right? I wanted to ask you, who's the one wrestler you look at and think, why are you still around here? Who's the one wrestler that you look at and think, you're still around?
For the longest time, Ludwig Kaiser, like, I'm so serious.
It's all happening. Wow, perish. Wow, perish.
Seems like you got a name.
Perish.
Seems like there's a name.
Talk to me about Ludwig Kaiser. Why do you look at Ludwig and think?
Yeah, I mean, after that whole thing with Gunther and, them, like, the Imperium as a tag team, they never did it for me, honestly. Even after that faction, who's that guy? He's tag team partner.
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
You got me. Look, Imperium as a tag. I think I've realized that you also conflate issues, because you had a problem with Imperium. You don't have a problem with Ludwig Kaiser, my brother. Ludwig Kaiser's, so is Giovanni Vinci. I remember it now. They are not the problem. The problem was the faction. Yes?
Yes, and after, like, what's gonna happen to you after the faction?
But we've had so many of those instances where we are asking.
It seems like you have a name here.
No, I do. And now I'm not afraid to say. Mari, let's finish with what we're talking about here.
There's not a lot, honestly, because the WWE has always found a way to, like, reuse or reincarnate superstars.
Exactly.
So there's always, like, a story down the line. You understand? Yeah. So, but yeah, there are some of those who are like, ish. Killian Cross.
Don't come for me. Don't come at me. Pause. Don't come at me. Don't shoot at me.
Why? Because I said
Don't shoot at me. Yourself included. Let's have a logical and calm conversation. Why is Karrion Kross still in the WWE? What? Why? Explain to me why Karrion Kross. How can you fired Braun Strowman after that Jacob Fatu monster feud? Before Jacob Fatu, after that Bronson Reed monster feud. I was listening to Billy Ray, and I'm always listening to Billy Ray every single week. Shout out to Busted Open Radio. He was saying Braun Strowman is the one monster that can play all roles. Like, you can have him in a monster feud against Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu, and have him tag with a 10-year-old at WrestleMania and win the tag team championships. He can be comedic and a monster. He's versatile. He has the look. He's okay on the microphone. He's an attraction.
Yeah.
Why get rid of someone like that and keep Karrion? Explain the Karrion Kross thing to me, Doc. I don't get it.
Maybe there's something behind Braun Strowman's exit. I think it's deeper
Attitude,
than what meets the
backstage.
eye. Yeah, I think it's deeper what meets the eye, because even on the mic, even on the mic, I mean, I remember during his feud with Jacob Fatu, he kind of like body shamed Jacob Fatu, calling him Jacob Fatu. You understand?
Did he say that?
Yeah,
I missed that,
bro. He called Jacob Fatu Jacob.
Wasn't it his accent?
Really?
I'm just asking, big dog.
No.
Was it not his accent?
No.
He called him Fatu.
So he cannot. Are you really saying Braun Strowman cannot say Fatu?
Yeah, they're Americans, bro. And he's got a thick southern accent. I don't know, bro. Like, okay.
Southerners, please. Do us a favor. Comment section.
Asiye. Tami baring asikolap.
Asikolap.
Masiyeke or asiyeke asipolapo lapo entapo. Sheba. Let's go to Backlash, my brother.
Yeah.
When we started this episode, you were saying the feuds are rushed. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, the feuds are rushed. Like, look at it. All the feuds. All of them developed within a space of 6 episodes divided between the two brands. Yes. Logan Paul and Jey Uso. We were supposed to get that match. It was supposed to be not our main event, but it was supposed to be, a match at Backlash. First, number one, Logan Paul is like a showcase superstar. I think, and you've said it many times before, that I think that you think the WWE only goes and gets Logan Paul when they need to appeal to a certain market or increase certain numbers.
I've never said that in my life.
Not on air, but
I've always said Logan Paul has a special contract, and I genuinely believe that. Call me a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
He has a special contract.
You might have not said it, but insinuating it counts as.
It's not the number.
It's not the same. Okay, you didn't outright say, but like I said, insinuating.
Nah, I think Logan Paul has a special contract, but we digress. We digress.
We still yet to see Logan Paul as a superstar. He's yet to develop. We yet to see a Logan Paul story. You understand? From the ground up. It's always Logan Paul when he's close to a pay-per-view. It's always Logan Paul is always there when he's closer to a PLE. My bad. Or I don't know. When we just need to pull, some sort of magic trick.
Back to the original question, right? Because you spoke about the Backlash feuds and how short they are and how rushed they are.
Yeah.
In past years, I want to go back to your point before the camera cut on. You wanted to finish your point and said, in past years?
In past years,
what was being done in
well,
the
Backlash
years?
used to be some sort of a continuation, if you think about it. Look at what happened with WrestleMania back then.
Yes.
It was like a continuation. So now we have brand new feuds.
Oh, so what do you prefer? Because I feel like us as wrestling fans sometimes are unreasonable.
Yeah.
Let me speak for myself. Okay. If there's one thing I've learned about the internet, guys, I'm speaking for myself. Please.
Okay.
If we used to complain about WrestleMania Backlash being the WrestleMania rematch show, every match that was on the WrestleMania card will be rematched at Backlash. Whether it be with a stipulation or like an extra, I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
But it always used to be rematches.
Okay.
Now, we complained about that. The WWE heard us and said, okay, we're going to give you new storylines to develop after WrestleMania to get rid of the WrestleMania lag.
Yes.
What's the issue?
All right, so now you have Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
Let's go. Was that the end of your... Was that the end of your statement? Was that full stop?
What's going to happen? What's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? Pat McAfee, Gunther, Backlash, St. Louis. Give me that match.
Okay, before I answer you, or before I give you what I think about the match.
Okay.
What were you going to do with Gunther? Gunther tapped out. Gunther lost his second consecutive WrestleMania match. What was going to happen? What's the next best thing to do with Gunther?
Right now, I cannot, I don't know what to do with
That's
Gunther.
my problem with wrestling fans.
I don't know. At this point, I don't know what to do with Gunther.
Therein lies the problem.
Sharp. But, honestly,
Why
McAfee.
Why complain without a solution?
Pat McAfee.
Because if you are going to complain, please come with a solution.
He could have just sat out. He could have just sat this one out.
You are not having Gunther sit down. And if Gunther says, I'm not sitting down, you are not telling Gunther, sit down.
Okay.
I think, for me, here's why Brapete is a nice, viable option.
Okay.
1, social media and attention. 2, give Gunther somebody he can chew through. Give him somebody he can defeat on the fly without question. Gunther tapped out at WrestleMania. His reputation is on the line.
So basically, this is like a redemption match for Gunther.
This is the beginning of his redemption arc. It's just the beginning.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee
who barely competes.
Pat McAfee is a casualty at war. And my first point was social media. Attention.
And then you want to pit him against the Ring General.
We all know what's going to happen.
Okay.
Now, predictions.
Is that a filler match?
It is. This is a filler PPV, bro.
Okay.
This is a filler premium live event. It is.
Okay.
But I'm saying, I'm seeing what they're doing, right? Mm-hmm. They're setting up Gunther for his comeback story, his comeback arc.
Oh, okay.
And feed him somebody that he can just chop, kick,
snake
power bomb, and then it's gonna be done. What I think is gonna happen at the end of that match is I think Gunther is gonna continue beating on Pat McAfee, and Goldberg is gonna come out.
Oh my days. That's me. Days.
I think Bill Goldberg is coming back. He's claiming his last match. I don't know whether it's going to be. Against Gunther. Who better?
Interesting.
Who better? Because now, this is what I mean by redemption arc. He's going to beat Pat McAfee. Down the line, he's going to beat Bill Goldberg in his retirement match. He's going to WrestleMania again next year. And he's chasing a championship.
Goldberg.
I feel the same way. Talk about it.
No, I'm just like,
I feel the same way.
You know, I can't even like talk about. I can't even expound on it because I mean, Goldberg.
I feel the same way.
Couldn't we get someone else? Much younger, maybe.
Yes, but Goldberg deserves that retirement match. I'll say Goldberg deserves a retirement match in the WWE. Yeah. And if you're gonna feed him to Gunther, I'm okay with that.
You just took the wind out of my sails. I did not expect.
I know. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why we didn't pod last year. Because this happens in the WWE. This happens in the WWE. There's a WrestleMania lag, and it always happens. But we have to do our job, and we have to report on Gunther versus Pat.
So are we at that point whereby we transitioning from Backlash being, a WrestleMania sort of last rematch, whatever, from it being its own PLE.
Backlash is a bridge between WrestleMania and Money in the Bank, to put it bluntly.
Yeah.
Backlash is it was hot.
Yeah.
We have all of the space to fill. We can't give you WrestleMania then Money in the Bank immediately after. We need to build suspense and stories.
Okay.
So it was hot, it was WrestleMania, we were all happy.
Okay.
Backlash, bridge into Money in the Bank.
So these storylines, potentially, they could be hot. And by virtue of saying what you're saying, we have a potential storyline with Gunther and McAfee.
No.
Oh, so Boneki Bona exception.
Yes.
Or
John Cena versus Randy Orton.
This might be the last time we see this match.
Not even might be. It is. It's done after this. Okay. Because John Cena is on a retirement tour and we have plenty of superstars waiting in line. They're not doing John Cena.
But who's going to be that salt? Who's going to be the bitter taste? Who's going to be that guy that comes and just crashes the whole party?
What do you mean? Put it in context.
Cena is on some. He's taking away basically the future of the WWE.
He's ruining wrestling.
He's ruining wrestling.
Yeah, and I have an interesting take about that.
Yeah.
He's ruining wrestling.
He's ruining wrestling, right? This is not the first time. I think it's not the first time we saw. I think the expectation is for a much younger superstar to maybe retire John Cena.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Now, it will not be the, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It would not be the first time we see a veteran retire another veteran. Shawn Michaels, Undertaker.
Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair.
Yeah, you understand. So I think the expectation is for a younger superstar to retire John Cena. It wouldn't be so bad to see Randy Orton retire, but I didn't want it to happen at Backlash. Preferably, this shouldn't be the last match that Randy and Cena have. Think about it.
You wanted Randy Orton to be the one to retire
just not at
John
Backlash.
Cena. Just not at Backlash.
Yes.
Like you wanted Randy Orton to be John Cena's last match.
Yes, just not because, like I said, it happened with Shawn Michaels
CM
and
Punk?
Undertaker.
Roman Reigns.
Do they have okay? how far does Punk's history with Cena?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my
but
Lord.
Versus Orton end. You know, because Orton can be on some legacy type of vibe.
I agree.
You understand?
I agree. I just don't think handing the belt to Randy Orton is a good idea now. I think, here's what I think. Here's how I see it, Seju.
Okay.
I see Roman Reigns taking the belt from John Cena. I really do. I genuinely, in my heart of heart, believe.
I think not Reigns.
At the end of the 26 days, I see Roman Reigns as the WWE Universal Champion.
I think I see Rollins.
Oh, we'll get to that. we're gonna get to that, right?
Yeah.
I see Roman Reigns. After seeing Roman Reigns, I see Randy and Cody somewhere in.
Yeah,
that's what I see, right? And with Randy and Cody, you don't have to put a title in the mix in that jam. You could have Cody, and this is far-fetched, but I'm gonna say it and put it out in the ether because Cody looks like a chump right now. You could have he does. You could have Cody come back and cost Randy Orton the championship. Now
in St. Louis,
Cody's a heel.
In St. Louis, in St. Louis, no, bro.
You could have Cody Rhodes come back and be the heel that we've wanted him to be. Cost Randy Orton the championship.
So, okay.
And his excuse could be back of the line. Everybody, Cena's mine.
Yo.
If you step in my way, you're getting stepped on. That's
so
the Cody
this
we
match
need.
is ending via DQ.
I don't see anybody beating anybody here. Either DQ or nefarious means by John Cena.
Yes, I
Cena's
also agree.
winning.
Cena's winning, and Cena's winning via DQ. Cena's going to punch the referee, guys. He's going to do something dumb.
But that's the main event. Do you see everybody going home happy after a DQ finish?
No. I mean, also, are you going to have John Cena pin Randy Orton in St. Louis?
Yes. Yes, Sergio.
No.
Who is the biggest heel in the WWE today?
John.
If you want to make him even bigger heel, like, what's the one way you could make people really resent John Cena?
Do you see what you're doing
have
to Randy Orton?
Have him pin Randy. Randy Orton can take a pin from John Cena.
In St. Louis?
Nah, he can. But that's how you get the boos from the crowd. Because recently the crowd has been cheering John Cena.
Bro, in St. Louis, we're going to get a different type of boo.
Yes. Give it to us. Give it to us. I don't know how John Cena's winning, but I reiterate.
He's winning via DQ. He's going to do... maybe Travis...
We had that at WrestleMania.
Oh,
I think also WWE is not gonna do anything WWE is not gonna do anything to upset the fans because who are already upset at WrestleMania. Like this needs to be a clean finish. Clean in the sense that there needs to be a 1, 2, 3 pinfall. Not a DQ, not a counter.
We get it. Trust me.
Cena
is going to ruin wrestling one more time. He's going to punch the ref or he's going to do something just sinister.
We can't have that. We can't have that. Let's talk about the United States Championship match, man. Let's talk about Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest.
What are we doing?
I don't know, man. Explain it to me as well.
This is Jacob Fatu's first title defense and you want to make it a fatal 4-way. You want to put Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Drew McIntyre in this match is by far the biggest superstar in this quartet.
Agreed.
Yes. Now, like I said, like I've been saying in the previous episodes, McIntyre should be doing bigger things, WWE.
Agreed.
So now, what are you going to do by having McIntyre as US champion?
That's the thing, though. McIntyre's not winning.
But like, let's just entertain it. For a bit.
Why?
You know, he's in this match. Listen.
Yes.
I want us to be laymen's.
Okay.
Let's just be laymen's.
Okay.
You know? He's in this match. He's the biggest superstar in
the
this match.
Yes.
You know, by far even the strongest.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Now,
Jacob.
You know.
I don't know, but okay. Star power.
Yeah, star power.
Yeah.
You understand?
Sure.
So it'd be a favorable thing. You know, it'd be something.
You're not having Jacob Fatu lose within 3
exactly.
minutes.
Okay. Please answer this.
Yes.
Why is McIntyre in that match?
Feeler.
Yo.
Like I've been telling you, this is the WrestleMania lag that we have year in and year out.
Guys.
And kudos to WWE. They tried. They really tried to give us new feuds. But it's the WrestleMania lag that we have to deal with as wrestling
so
fans.
by having LA and Jacob Fatu one more time,
yeah,
it will Nkabili
nah, dog. We've complained. What they're doing here is that two birds, one stoning it. Instead of having LA and Jacob and Drew and Damien in separate rematches,
okay,
put them all together, mix them all in the United States Championship stew.
Okay,
serve it to the fans. Solanka.
Okay, now here's another question that I have for you.
Yes, sir.
In this match,
yeah,
the way I like to view things, and this is
Zico. May I please have my bag? I just need to. Asion.
This is.
Yeah, guy.
This is.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Because laptop I get close, but it's fine. It's cool.
This is me, ne? This is personal.
Let me quickly go grab my bag, my G.
Alright.
God.
So,
Jacob.
While you wait for stage, because I want to say that until my meet. Hey, yeah. So in this match, guys, it's useless having Damien and Andrew in this match. You know, like Sty said, it's a filler match. Okay, sharp, you know. But personally, here's what I think. You know, in these type of matches, you know, these are what I call link matches. You know, because these are potential storylines. You understand? So now we could get a Drew versus LA story. You know, we could get a Damien versus. But I'm just saying, you know, it's like a link match now. But also, I cannot link them. You know, I cannot pair them. Like I cannot pair Damien and Jacob Fatu. I cannot pair Drew McIntyre and LA.
My brother, let me help you. Thank you.
Okay.
Let me help you, dog. You are giving yourself a nosebleed over something that doesn't deserve one.
Overthinking is my superpower.
This is a filler match. It's a filler premium live event. The result is going to be the same. I think the only championship changes we're gonna have here is Becky Lynch.
No.
I think that's the only champ. So before we jump there,
we are not having no. Hey.
Before we jump there,
okay,
let's stick here.
Okay.
So I don't want you to overthink the potential stories that could have happened between that. None of that matters. Backlash is a bridge to Money in the Bank. Dibana.
Okay.
In June.
So right now,
Jacob Fatu's retaining.
Yes.
Point blank play. That's it.
Bro, that's never been in question.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think I was going to talk about the Solo Sikoa. The reason why I didn't want us to jump to Becky Lynch first, I want us to talk about the Solo Sikoa dynamic. The more I watch the Bloodline storyline develop, the more I'm convinced WWE shouldn't go the obvious route. Don't have Solo turn on Jacob, ladies and gentlemen. Have Jacob turn on Solo. Have Jacob recruit the Tongans and turn on Solo. That's a whole new dynamic.
Jacob should be on some. You know, he's threatened.
It's mean.
It's mean now. He's threatened. You know, Solo has been running the game. You know, and now Jacob is champion, and still people are looking at Solo as like the guy. So Jacob is going to be like, I'm the champion, so I'm supposed to be getting that type of respect.
You want to span in the works?
Yeah.
Do you want to span in the works?
Go for it. That's what we do.
Have Solo Sikoa win Money in the Bank. Do you wanna make a real Samoan mess?
Do
you want to
real Samoan stew?
Do you want to make a real mess? Have Solo Sikoa win Money in the Bank.
How is Solo going to win Money in the Bank? Because number one, I think Solo, for him to win Money in the Bank, he's gonna need the Tongans.
And that's going to be a strong point. I didn't need any of you. I did it alone.
I've been running game in.
Have Solo be on that. I never needed any of you. And I just proved it. Have Solo win Money in the Bank. Have Jacob pretend to be happy with him. And then have that moment.
So, like the evolution moment.
Done.
Finito. Alright, let's wrap this up. Alright, I think we got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, we got it. Alright.
Have Solo Sokoa win Money in the Bank, dog. You finished. That's long-term planning for me. That's what I think.
Damn.
That's where I'm at with it.
Damn.
Now Jacob is on his high horse. I'm United States champion. Hell, and then Solo's like,
gas, no break.
Solo's like, I bet I've practically got the world championship.
So meaning now, Jacob's gonna walk around looking over his shoulder every damn time. And then not because Solo might cash in on the United States championship. Jacob is gonna start looking at his championship like it's nothing. Damn it, because we all want the world championship. And this guy has it. But then what does that do to Jacob's push? Because, hey, you guys are like on the internet, Jacob is the biggest rocket on his back right now.
Yes, sir.
He's going to the moon.
Yes,
but
sir.
Now if you do that, it's like you're putting him on ice.
Okay, that's fine. Why not have Jacob and Solo for the world championship after Solo cashes in? You can go multiple ways with the bloodline story. That's the thing with the bloodline. You can never lose.
Damn.
You can do whatever with them. You can give them the tag team championships. You can give them Money in the Bank. Royal Rumble wins. Let's talk about Jey Uso.
Let's talk about Jey Uso.
Let's talk about Jey Uso. Where do you see Jey Uso's run going? And this episode, I'm gonna try my best not to sound like a hater. Let's have a genuine conversation.
I think it's getting somewhere. I think him after the recent win, after beating Rollins, I think it solidified him as a champion.
Jey Uso did not beat Rollins. Let us not cap in this room today. And this is I tried. Guys, I tried. I tried.
Had he lost,
we are lying. Though.
Had he lost,
now we are lying.
But had he lost, yeah, we're gonna be like, is this your champion? No, take that belt off of him.
Hang on. But did he win?
He did.
Ow.
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, it's a DQ, yeah.
Via CM Punk.
Yeah.
Who did CM Punk hit?
Okay, Stage.
I'm asking you a series of questions that I would like for you to answer, please.
Stage. I get it, guys.
No. Hang on.
I get it. I get it.
You're not doing this episode.
My man.
Hang on.
Punk came.
Hold on. Can I ask
Listen,
you? Can I ask
Braun
you?
Also came.
Can I ask you?
Braun also came. Speared the heck out of.
Sami Zayn.
Yes.
Sergio, Jey, focus. Stay with me. Stay with me.
It's tough for me to admit. No.
Ow! What? I'm not asking you to admit anything.
In it.
Listen, let me ask you something. I actually wanted to ask you this.
Yes.
You believe in the Jey Uso run so much.
Yes.
Ne? What's the difference between Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes? Why did you believe so much in the Jey Uso run and not in the Cody Rhodes? What's the problem? What happened? You just didn't like Cody.
Did I have a reason?
You are unreasonable.
Did I have a reason not to like Cody?
That is the definition of
unreasonable. It was a typical story. Prodigal son returning.
Okay.
Sharp.
What's Jey Uso's story?
Well, it was two stories, It was him being mentally disturbed, being fearful of Gunther. Kind of what's another one? But there was two stories.
My guy.
Two stories.
My guy.
But I'm alive.
Cody Rhodes lost at WrestleMania and had to work for a year to get his championship. If that's not mental disturbances, I don't know
Jey
what
Uso has been working for.
We've had this story with Kofi Kingston. Oh, I was part of a tag team and now I'm breaking away because I've been working for 15 long years and now I'm finally champion.
Are you saying you cannot feel the heat?
I don't see it. I've never seen it and I never will. No matter how many times y'all tried to push him. I saw on the internet. Oh, Jey Uso haters, where are you guys now? He just had a 5-star match on Monday Night Raw.
He did though.
Against who? Who was his opponent?
At the stage in
Who was Jey Uso's opponent?
It was supposed to be
the guy who can wrestle a broom.
It was supposed
Who was his opponent?
It was supposed to be Logan Paul. And then Paul Heyman came.
Can I ask you?
It was supposed to be Logan Paul.
So
Paul Heyman came. Paul Heyman said whatever that he needed to say.
Fire promo, by the way.
Yeah, fire promo. Capping sharp.
We'll talk about that. Remind me.
Capping.
Remind me.
But sharp. It was supposed to be Logan Paul. But had Seth Nord came out, we're gonna be like, is this your champion? Take that belt off of him. Right?
Okay.
Am I lying?
I'm saying take that belt off of him right now. That match had nothing to do with me saying take that belt off of Jey Uso tomorrow.
Were you going to have the same sentiment had Seth Rollins pinned Jey Uso?
I have the same sentiment now when no pinfall happened. Hang on. Help me here, my brother. Help me here. Jey Uso lost the match via disqualification. Jey Uso gave Seth Rollins everything he had. Super kicks, splashes, spears. What happened?
DQ.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
What do you mean? Like, was he supposed to pin him?
Don't listen to respond.
Oh, okay,
listen to understand. Here's my series of questions, my brother. Okay. My Jey Uso lava.
Okay.
Jey Uso hit Seth Rollins with a spear, super kicks, and a splash, and pinned him. What happened?
Didn't Until get hit from the back?
Layman's terms.
What do you mean?
Spear, super kicks,
1, 2, 3.
Super splash from the top rope.
Splash.
1, 2, and Seth Rollins kicked out.
Okay.
Of Jey Uso's best shots.
Okay.
That's your champion?
Oh my God.
Is that him?
So is that your point?
No. That's just the beginning of my point.
Okay.
That's your champion.
Okay.
2, had it not been for CM Punk, or for Seth Rollins, who could have covered Jey Uso and won that championship.
Okay.
That's your champion. 3,
damn.
You needed to put Seth Rollins in the mix to give Jey Uso a good match. Jey Uso did not have a good match against Gunther. Jey Uso was not going to have a good match against Logan Paul. You needed the wrestling gods to save this championship run.
Is that your champion?
Is that your champion? You got it.
Yes.
You got it.
That's my champion.
I rest my case, guys. Take that championship.
So are you saying even after that performance?
What performance? From Seth Rollins. From Seth Rollins. Because that was a Seth Rollins match.
It takes 2 to tango.
Seth Rollins was tangoing with a dead corpse. I'm sorry to say.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say. And you know this is true.
Okay.
So here's where I see it going.
So
yeah,
Rollins now is in the World Heavyweight Championship picture.
He should be. As he should be.
Okay.
As he should be.
Right. Question.
Yeah.
Why did you build Jey up? Why did you build the Heat movement up only for him to lose? Go Backlash or even, I don't know, like...
To make you guys happy. You guys were yeeting all over the town. My overarching point, and Anastasia Lebaka has always stood on business. You should...
Aye, bro, like,
Can I finish my point?
Sorry.
You should have given Jey Uso Money in the Bank. The way Jey Uso was thrusted into the main event, and y'all continuously want to put a black blanket around our faces to make sure that we don't see the flaws. We see them. Jey Uso is 50% at best in the ring. Jey Uso is 29% on the mic at his best day. Jey Uso just looks the part. I said it. You wanted me to say it.
Drops mic.
Thank you. We can move on. Though.
You always catch me, off guard.
Am I not right?
Perhaps. But this one, I just need to go down. I think for the first time in a very long time, I'm speechless.
Am I not right? I need you to construct your words and say you were right.
Can I get a moment?
Mm-hmm.
In the next episode, I'll respond accordingly to
what
Stage said.
No problem. We'll,
at this point, ladies and gentlemen,
you reserve the right to hold your opinion to yourself.
Please,
and this podcast is for entertainment purposes only.
You didn't crack my muffin.
It's fine.
Pause.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
But
so, how do you see Jey Uso losing the world championship? Because it needs to happen.
After what you just said, now I cannot see.
Tammy, how much time do we have there left?
But why did you do that? Now I have to.
We have 40 minutes left. Okay. How many? Oh, so how many minutes up? Okay,
why did you do that?
Why did I do what?
Wasn't that match enough for you guys?
Which one?
Jey Uso and Rollins?
It was. But you guys are lying by saying Jey Uso was the star of that match. He wasn't. You are lying.
That's Seth freaking Rollins.
Thank you. You guys are lying by making me believe that Jey Uso made Gunther tap out.
He was going to have that type of a match versus Logan Paul.
Please sit up straight. Look into the camera, please. And
you just said Logan Paul.
Say that with a straight face into the camera.
No, listen, guys. don't get it twisted. The level is not the same.
Say that into the camera.
The level is
He was gonna have the same match against who?
against Logan.
Munna, even AJ Styles couldn't save Logan Paul, bro. What are you talking about? Gents, Jey Uso is not main event. No, let me not say main event. He's not World Heavyweight Championship caliber. I see Jey Uso
Jey
losing.
Uso needs to apologize to you, bro. I don't know for what, but he needs to apologize.
You guys owe me an apology. I see Jey Uso losing the World Heavyweight Championship to Seth Rollins. It's supposed to happen. It's going to happen. It must happen. That's a must happen. What I see happening is Seth Rollins versus CM Punk at SummerSlam. Now I'm future booking for the World Heavyweight Championship. I see CM Punk getting screwed over somehow and Seth Rollins retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. I see CM Punk going into a kayfabe injury type of thing until next year, January. February.
Okay.
Yes, you may ask. You may interject.
Who's going to dethrone John Cena if Rollins is going to be in the World Heavyweight Championship?
I said Roman Reigns.
How?
Later during the year, we're just gonna get that.
Just like that.
And that's it. The very same
What's
way.
going to be Roman's motivation?
I want to be world champion, bro. Like, that's always been his motivation. I want to be the OTC.
Because when I think about Rollins' motivation,
And this ties us back to Paul Heyman's promo. I love it. Beautiful.
when I think
Yes.
about not Rollins,
Yes.
Seth Rollins' motivation,
Yes. Yes.
to winning the WWE Championship.
Yes.
Cena is on some, he's ruining wrestling, right? Rollins, he wants to secure the future of the WWE.
That defeats. Okay, continue.
You understand? So why not have someone who wants to secure the future of the WWE? Fight for a championship versus someone who's ruining the future of the WWE.
Because that defeats the purpose of Seth Rollins' heel run.
Expound.
You made Seth Rollins turn by going with the devil himself. He signed a deal with the devil, literally.
Okay.
He created a faction to help him cheat his way to victory.
Okay.
Onalili yinki.
Unalili.
As you put it in the previous episode.
Are you?
So now you have a heel who's slimy and scrubby and is with Paul Heyman, a Koporosh. Then you have John Cena, who's slimy and a heel. Le Travis Scott, Le The Rock, the Boss Koporosh. You're putting them together in a match?
Yes.
One is saving wrestling and the other is...
The other one is ruining wrestling. The other one is securing the future of wrestling.
But it's...
Now, as heels, both of them, it sounds,
It's a mess.
It's a mess. But now it brings us back to our previous argument that we once had.
Let's have it now. Yeah.
Heel versus heel.
Yes.
It's viable.
It is, but don't make it overt. Like, not personally, I don't like heel versus heel or face versus face overt. Like, let's not have it obvious. These two guys that you're putting together, John Cena and Seth Rollins, are low down dirty heels whose only motives is themselves.
Okay.
Is it safe to say that Seth Rollins is out for himself?
Yes.
Is it safe to say that John?
That's why he's on some. I'm securing the future of. Or I am rather the future of the WWE.
I am the future of the WWE.
he's the future of the WWE.
John Cena is saying, I'm ruining WWE.
You understand?
None of those two are doing it for the fans. Who do we root for?
Okay.
Exactly.
Who do we root for? But we're going to root for someone that is going to stay here with us.
Who's doing it for the fans? Remember,
No one is.
Remember,
These guys are heels, guys.
remember the example that I gave you. You have the underdog versus the big guy who's always picking on the underdog, and one day you hope to see the underdog beating the big guy. That's not the story here. Roman Reigns.
Okay, sure.
Yes, you're saying.
Okay, but I just said like heel versus heel.
It doesn't work, my brother.
It's viable, and
It doesn't work.
We have a story here, guys.
No.
We have someone that's going to ruin wrestling.
No.
We have someone that wants to secure wrestling.
No.
It could be an ego versus ego thing. To say that, hey, bro, you're going, I'm going to stay here.
And then World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeet.
Until when? WrestleMania? You are bugging. You are out of your mind, bro. You are out of your mind, bro. I see Roman Reigns coming back. Remember Money in the Bank? Where were we? Were we at Jumbo, ne? Money in the
Money
Bank,
with
Money in
Jumbo,
the Bank when we're at Jumbo, and Roman Reigns had just beaten Edge, Daniel Bryan, somebody. And then
it was Edge.
Was it Edge?
Yeah, I think it was Edge.
And then John Cena came back.
Yeah.
And nobody expected that. Roman Reigns is going to return the favor in that manner. John Cena is going to have a match with somebody, CM Punk, whoever, and beat them down to a pulp and win. And the OTC is going to come out and say, my turn now. Now it's my turn.
I'm not against it.
I love it.
I just like, it's not something that I
see value, fan. The Paul Heyman, the Paul Heyman promo. The Paul Heyman promo.
Paul, why are you lying saying that the OTC abandoned you?
Go ahead. Shoot.
Did he abandon him?
What did Paul Heyman say? Let's put things into perspective. What did Paul Heyman say? Paul Heyman said, can you reiterate what he said?
No, I can't. Listen.
Should I reiterate what he said? Yes,
please. But listen. Okay, what I got from what Paul Heyman said. Yes.
It's important that we know what he said.
Okay.
What did Paul Heyman say?
What I got.
Sergio, what did Paul Heyman say?
He said he basically blamed Roman Reigns for what he did. Why is he blaming Roman?
Okay, here's what I got from what Paul Heyman said. And it's what I've been saying in front of this camera. Roman Reigns is out for one person and one person only, and it's always been the case. That is Roman Reigns.
So, okay.
Very selfish individual, that one.
Okay.
A heel of note who does not care about anybody as long as his agenda is going according to plan.
Okay.
He uses people, he manipulates people, and then he drops people like they are nothing. And that is what he was going to do to Paul Heyman. That is what he did to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman did not lie. He told truths and nothing but truths. What happened after the WrestleMania loss?
What's about horror? What's about horror? You'll translate. You'll translate. You'll translate it.
Hey, Diwani.
What's
Hey,
about
this guy.
horror? But this guy will translate.
Yes.
Bro, you were there. You were riding this wave with me. At some point, it was clear as daylight that I cannot do this thing without you.
You being, I cannot, you, yeah.
Me being Roman, you being Paul.
Roman could not do this thing without Paul.
Yes, he could, but it was not,
Paul,
that.
Paul could take him to the next level.
Exactly.
Yes.
Paul could take him to the next level.
Yes.
Right. So, we did this thing together, bro. We smashed everybody we left,
Yes.
We did everything together.
Yes.
Yes.
And sorry.
And you're my wise guy.
Sure.
You're not my tag team partner.
Sure.
You're my wise guy.
The very same.
I am the tribal
The
chief.
very same way Jey Uso was the right hand man. What did Roman Reigns do to Jey Uso?
Because Jey Uso forgot his place.
You got it. The very same.
Jey Uso forgot his place.
You got it. The very
Didn't
same.
he though?
You got it. The very same way Sami Zayn was Sami Uso. What happened to Sami Zayn?
He's also a hypocrite.
You got it.
He's also a hypocrite.
Hang on. The very same way Jimmy Uso was Roman Reigns' guy. What happened to Jimmy?
Listen.
You got it.
Like the rest of these guys. like the rest of these guys, they did not know their place.
Okay, you got it. Sharp.
No one knew their place.
All right.
And he had to do what bro, listen,
So
there can only be one tribal chief.
Paul Heyman was the only loyal person who knew his place as the wise man.
Yes.
Next to Roman Reigns.
Yes, until he got that smell, until he smelled blood.
Hang on. Let's take it story for story.
Okay.
Month for month.
Okay.
Roman betrayed Jey Uso. Roman betrayed Sami Zayn. Roman betrayed Jimmy Uso. That's fine. I see collab. It's fine. It's
you
fine.
see when you say he betrayed them.
Okay, he punished them.
Hey, please please make everybody aware that also in him punishing them, please state the reason why he was punishing them.
They didn't know their place according to you. Okay? That's fine. Sharp. Paul Heyman stuck by his side.
Hey, sharp.
Paul Heyman stuck by his side. He stuck by his side until WrestleMania, until the last moment, until the last ping, before we heard Adrenaline in My Soul and new Universal Champion. What happened after WrestleMania?
What's loyalty, guys?
I'm asking you, yes. No, I'm asking you, what happened after WrestleMania?
Roman kind of like
Not kinda. Ain't no kinda about it. What happened after WrestleMania?
Roman shifted.
He left.
He left.
He left
He
the
took a
building.
break.
He left the WWE.
What was supposed to happen?
No, hold on, hang on. Who did he leave behind?
It was a choice.
Who did Roman Reigns leave behind?
Paul didn't have to stay behind.
Who did Roman Reigns leave behind in the WWE, Sejo?
Paul didn't have to stay behind.
Are you going to answer my question?
Yes.
Who did Roman Reigns?
The wise man.
He left the wise man behind.
Yes.
Hang on, before you answer. What happened
Why
to...
are you doing this?
No. Ke batla go tlisa
Why you
mo
doing
tlung, ngwana ko gae. Let me wrap you in.
You're enjoying this?
No, to go tlisa ko gae njaka,
you
because
doing this?
ke batla go bontsha for tribal chief ya gago ke Satan.
No, it's not.
Listen, my G. He left Paul Heyman alone to fend for himself. Paul Heyman, out of loyalty, refused on live television to call Solo Sikoa the tribal chief. Refused. You know why?
Rightfully so.
You know why? Because my tribal chief is licking his wounds at home. What happened? He got power bombed through a table, Seju. Paul Heyman had to beg CM Punk, please take me with you, my brother. I don't want to stay with these Tongans. Roman Reigns was licking his wounds. Roman Reigns comes back and does the whole War Games thing. Hey, we are back, OG bloodline. Only to use everybody to get his Ula Fala back. He is a selfish, self-centered heel who is out for himself, and he's never changed. And he never will.
Did he use?
Did
Wait.
what?
Did he use
What?
Dwayne Johnson? Did he use these guys to get the Ula Fala, or did he do whatever it takes to get the Ula Fala?
Whatever it takes insinuates that he used them. We are playing semantics now.
So what?
You that's a synonym for used. Did whatever he takes. Doing whatever it takes means using people. He used them.
Is you being a champion?
My brother, Paul Heyman is very right.
Paul Heyman,
and he brought a dynamic that we've all been thinking about, but haven't had the gall to say.
You're switching sides. Stay there, Paul.
No, it's fine.
All of you, stay on that side.
No, it's fine. He's a man on an island alone. We'll see how he fends for himself.
Yeah.
We'll see how the
Y'all forget y'all are on the island of relevancy, and there can only be one.
Who got him there? The one person who got him there is on the other side of the island.
Yes, you're on the other side of
it's
the island.
It's over for Roman.
No.
It's over for Roman. It's over, dog.
You guys.
It's over.
You guys are.
Mark my words. After WrestleMania 42, Roman Reigns is gone. Adios.
Wait.
Bye.
If he doesn't win the championship.
No, he's going to win the championship.
Okay.
That's going to be his last WrestleMania. After WrestleMania, Roman is gone, dog.
Gone like how?
He's gone to Hollywood. Gone like The Rock. Gone like he'll make regular appearances here and there. Bye-bye, Roman. Bye-bye, Cena. It's the end of an era. It's over, Jack. And with that, we end this epic episode of the Kayfabe Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Very bold predictions made today.
You see?
Hey.
The problem with...
Hey. Very bold predictions. Do you want to get your final thoughts out?
We didn't speak about Penta and Dom.
That's a filler match. This is filler. Dom is retaining. And at least until the Judgment Day breakup. Dom is retaining. We know this.
So how long is Finn Balor going to do that whole teasing?
Yeah, I'm afraid they're going to overcook it, hey? I'm afraid they're gonna overcook it. We don't have to talk about everything, man. He
got to say everything. Listen, Stay.
Yes.
Listen. I'm not hasty. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with everything that you said.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But I'm just taking my time to actually consume, because the WWE can throw a spanner in the works.
Are you gonna come back next week if I'm right and say you are right?
Of course. That's what we do, bro.
I'm waiting.
Remember,
I'm waiting for that episode.
We're doing this thing now with integrity.
I'm waiting for that episode.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this epic episode of the Kayfabe Corner. I go by the name of Stajalawaka. He goes by the name of Don Sergio. We are powered by, sponsored by, helped by Azania Studios.
Oh,
gentlemen, thank you so much for the immaculate equipment. We cannot do this without you guys. And with that, we are signing out. Kayfabe Corner.